This episode of The Horror Show is sponsored by John Mendenhall. Thank you so much, John, for your contributions on Patreon. If you want to help the show, the best way you can help, obviously, rate, review, subscribe, and tell your friends. But the second best way, if you can help monetarily at all, is go to our website, our Patreon site, patreon.com/IHateHorror, and subscribe there. We're doing some neat extra content there. So check it out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Horror Show, the show that dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Paul.
And we continue with the part 3's. We've actually also decided, I'm sure everyone is thrilled about this news, to continue the... How can you do a series on part 3's and not make it 3 parts?
Yeah, can't do it in just 2 parts.
No, that's stupid. And because we got like 1 million tweets saying we missed something.
Yeah, we're still gonna miss a lot.
We're still gonna miss so much. But we thought of a bunch even ourselves that we were like, oh yeah, like Psycho.
Ginger Dead Man 3.
Nope. Definitely not Ginger Dead. Fuck Ginger Dead Man. Fuck Evil Bong.
Fuck Gary Busey's giant teeth.
Is he in that?
Yeah.
He's in Ginger Dead Man.
Now I kind of want to see it. What?
He's the voice of the Ginger Dead Man.
Gary Busey?
Yeah.
Does the Ginger Dead Man have big teeth?
No.
No, he's no teeth.
Paul, we watched the beginning together.
I know, it looked so bad I couldn't remember.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad we watched Thanksgiving 3 instead.
I can't believe that Gary Busey's in that movie. I mean, I know Gary Busey will do anything, but Ginger Dead Man is
as long as it's cocaine. They'll do anything.
As long as it comes in a... As long as you could snort white stuff through it. It's good by him. So this was originally going to be the good part 3's, and we never changed that list. And it ended up being a mixed bag.
Yeah,
a mixed bag. So we will start out with my favorite part 3 of all time.
Oh, God.
Island of the Alive.
Which is a part 3 of what?
It's Alive.
It's Alive.
Yes. It's Alive. I don't even know if it's called It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive. Yeah, It's Alive.
I think it is.
I think it's called It's Alive, Island of the Alive.
It's Alive, yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
Like, Ghoulies didn't have 3 in the name. Did you know that?
It didn't?
No. Technically, it was called Ghoulies. Ghoulies Go to College.
Huh.
Which is the dumbest name I've ever heard, but whatever. So this is Island of the Alive, the sequel to the hit baby film It's Alive. And by hit, I mean garbage, and they made 2 more after that.
Was it the second one was called like It Lives Again?
They live, or
It Lives Again.
It's Alive, and yeah, It's Alive Again. I don't know, but there's 2 of them.
Wait, there's 2.
They're twinsies. Twin evil babies. And then this one is literally an island full of... The U.S. government has decided that they are going to... Well, okay. The opening scene in this is a woman giving birth in a cab. She starts giving birth, and the cab driver pulls over and is like, I knew I shouldn't have picked up a pregnant woman. Take it easy, man. Like, relax. Like, imagine if you were pregnant and you heard somebody screaming that at you. Like,
That
you
cop is so
need
reluctant to do
to
his
go
job, by the way.
Oh my god.
He's like, can't we just leave her? Let her give birth in a taxi by herself.
Which we're gonna get to, but which cop is shittier at their job? The cop in this movie or the cop in Slumber Party Massacre 3?
Do you remember a cop?
You remember a cop?
I remember a cop in Slumber Party Massacre.
Dude, they call the cop like 40 times. He's like, "Oh, you guys are full of shit." I was like,
my
"No,
God.
no, yeah."
I forgot about that because he's not even a cop if you do that to somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And then some other
they
cop's
just-
like, "Well, what if they're telling the truth?" He's like, "Don't piss me off today."
yeah. He's like, and then, but even that cop.
Is it like you can wait till after your shift and go check it out or something?
But but even that second cop is like, yeah, they're probably full of shit, but I guess I'll stop by after my shift ends. Like, he's like, yeah, you're probably right.
Screaming on the
guy
phone.
just clocked in.
In both movies, these cops are so shitty.
I can't wait to talk about that. That just woke me up.
I totally forgot about
that. I'm so glad you.
Man, those
remembered
cops
that.
must have thought they were the best bunch of yankers around.
Well, this town's full of yankers. The Yank Kings. Imagine if it was the same town as that shitty college in Ghoulies. And they're like, yeah, it's Yank
It's
Week.
all the same universe.
Was it Yank?
Yeah.
A bunch of yankers. At least that's what you guys told me.
Dude, so it's alive. It's the story of a father who has a mutant baby. And all of these are caused by birth control.
Yeah.
Which is some weird. I don't know why they would put that message out into the universe.
I don't either.
Unless the Catholic Church made it. But and I'm not making if you're Catholic, good for you. That sounds bad. I'm Catholic also, so but they just hate birth control. So
Karen Black is in this.
Yes.
I don't know why.
She's the girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Barks in the guy's car.
but
That guy was
is
so
the
mad.
biggest piece of shit
Yeah.
on the.
I know. And that guy also can't figure out how to hop a fence.
Dude,
because
dude.
all she does is shut the fence
Yeah.
and it's like up to his
It's
chest.
like- yeah.
And he's like, I can't.
It's
he
like a
can't get
low
over
gate.
it.
It's the most rickety.
I was
fence.
actually wondering that.
You can
Let's
literally
just climb over.
He's like screaming like, if I could figure out a way to get in here.
It's like you got locked in a fucking
He's
prison
screaming
cell.
so loud that neighbors come out and are like, "Shut up!" And he's like, "Oh!" He's shaking his.
If only
fist.
there was a way for me to climb over this 2-foot fence.
Anyway, we're all over the place, but we're not going to cover all these. We have so many to cover, so
Yeah.
it's impossible to cover them all. So yeah, father has a mutant baby. He's trying to prove that these babies are manageable.
Yes,
Yep.
because it starts off in like a court scene, and like
Yeah.
you want to just send them all to the island of the alive,
Or just
or just
murder
kill
them.
them, or just kill them.
Wait, do we want to finish up on that opening scene with the cop
Oh,
and the baby?
That scene was awesome.
Dude, the guy put 7 bullets in that baby
Oh yeah.
off screen. 'Cause the baby it eats what
Baby
entirely
bites off
eats
his
the
fucking
cop.
hand.
Eats the cop, and the baby goes into the church, and the other cops come and like fucking 7 bullets into a baby. What an opening scene!
I know, it's really
This
weird.
is fucking nuts.
There's something unsettling throughout the movie of just men pointing rifles in the face of children. It's so weird. Even if they're mutants, it's really bizarre to see. It's
Yeah,
you could kick
it's
them.
insane, man.
You could kick them or like just step on them.
Yeah, 'cause
and
at this point-
hold them down.
At this point, they're not big, which
Oh,
find
which
out they did.
they just become giant babies. They don't
men.
actually.
They're just
grow
men.
They don't get older; they just get larger.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, like their age doesn't advance. They don't learn any new skills. They're the same stupid skills.
I brought this up on Twitter today, but they're like that guy from Times Square who's literally just a huge baby. He's wearing a diaper. He has a huge baby head on.
Yes, that's what it is. That's exactly what It's Alive 3 is. So they send the babies to an island, and for some reason they ask the dad to go to the island, or the dad like volunteers himself, and they're like, "I guess we have to bring him." It's like a government excursion.
Well, like because in the courtroom scene, he's the one that's saying that babies they shouldn't be killed there's a better option for them, and then they bring in his own baby, and they're only listen to his side if he proves he's not scared of his baby, and he's terrified of his baby. He's like shaking and like cowering.
Yeah, he even says it to like a woman's like. I forget what the woman says. She's like, "You're not scared, are you?" He's like, "I'm terrified."
Yeah, the baby's like growling.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he reaches his hand in the cage, and like the baby doesn't attack him or bite him off. So he proves that they could be manageable. So I think that was like their segue to him being like, "Well, he controlled his own baby. Maybe we could send him along."
He's the baby whisperer. It just none of it makes sense. I mean. But I love it so much, and
I do not understand why.
Because there's grown men hunting babies on an island.
I mean, yeah,
it's Jurassic Park, but with babies.
It's just like Jurassic Park. The opening scene when they're flying to the island, I actually wrote down. Is this the island from Jurassic Park?
What is it called?
It's more like Lost World.
Yeah. Spielberg ripped him off.
Spielberg was like, "All right, guys, I'm not fresh out of ideas. Let's just take It's Alive and replace it with dinosaurs."
Essentially, that's what it is.
So my favorite scenes in this. Also, there was a decent amount of gore in it, which is why I was okay with it.
Was there?
It was. I mean, I'm not going to answer that, but I don't. The cop car's arm, the cop's arm in the first scene was really gory. I don't know.
One for one.
All right, so I'm not even gonna get into this story. Just check this movie. I honestly think you should check this movie out. I think it's amazing. I think it's so bad, it's hilarious.
Share some of your favorite, like
right,
last time, pros and cons.
So, in the beginning, before they send the father, I think it's before they send the. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's all a mess. Once they get to the island, it's just a bunch of idiots running around anyway. But they're out there, and they're with like a hunting expedition. There's like 12 guys there, even though I'm pretty sure they're just reusing the same 4 guys in like 12 different death scenes.
They definitely are.
And, all right, loved when they're like, "What's that?" And there's no sound, there's no audible noise or anything. And they just turn. And there is a man falling down a waterfall, and there's a baby riding him, eating him, biting his neck while he's sliding down the waterfall.
Right, that is definitely pro.
What's that ride with the log? When you sit in the log?
Splash Mountain?
Yeah. It looks like Splash Mountain, but with a baby eating a guy.
The baby is riding a man like a log.
I believe at that exact moment, my wife said, "I do not like this movie."
The baby vision was awful, though. That is one of my cons.
Made me sick.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, it's just POV. Maybe a little blurry. This was just, like, I don't even know what you'd call it. It was just, like, quadruple vision.
Yeah.
It was just layered over each other.
Beer goggles.
Yeah, it was like a kaleidoscope. It was disgusting.
I only have 4 things that I put down as pros, and one of them is most likely a con. And that would be the first one that I wrote down, and it was when they're on the island, and a corpse falls from a tree because it had been killed, and the girl's staring at the screen, and the corpse falls behind her, and she screams so loud she has no clue what fell or what happened or what she's looking at. She just screams and runs off the screen. It was so like inept at filmmaking.
It's all like that. It's all. Like that.
My biggest pro, the initial scene where the hunters go to the island to kill the babies. The one guy who runs away and escapes in the helicopter. Dude. Except there's a baby in it. Dude, and you just see a giant blood splatter on the window. And the helicopter explodes. And why would it explode in midair?
And the baby.
The fuck would it explode?
Because it's a bad movie. And that's a bad movie.
It was awesome.
It was amazing. And I also love, because in that helicopter scene, it's the most obvious. Whenever a baby attacks a man in this, first of all, the babies leap, like...
Yes.
Whatever. And it's always just the guy holding it.
Oh, yeah.
All they do is just shake the fucking puppet around on their neck. And they're like, ah! And they're just flailing its little body around.
Claymation puppet.
Oh, the claymation was... I don't know.
There was... in a couple of these movies, the ADR is really evident, and those punches, it was like watching a kung fu flick when they fight the punks. It's like...
I love there's only 3 sound effects. One is them cracking wind, make a fist contact, and the kick.
There's no need for that.
And there might have been somebody making the noises with their mouth.
There was there totally was someone making the aforementioned scene where the guy's screaming "Let me in" when he could clearly jump the fence.
Oh, yeah.
I loved. And probably my favorite scene in the whole movie is when the cops were telling a baby to put his hand behind his back. They have their guns drawn, and he's not even like the big baby. He's just like one of the little ones. They're asking it to put his hand behind his back.
Yeah, so ultimately in this island, somehow the babies had advanced in age. I don't know, so like adult baby. I don't even know.
Yeah. 2 thumbs down.
Oh, and also, was it me, or did the main character change from good guy to bad guy to good guy to bad guy like several times?
Yeah, he like plots with the babies at one point. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, he's gonna like ride.
Yeah.
But then he goes back to being good.
It was like a heel turn, and he turns with the babies, and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of get this. And then at the end, he's like, we gotta get off this island.
Oh, when he
And you're
took
like, what the
he
fuck?
took them to South America on a boat.
Oh my god, wait a minute. I forgot all about the end. I was in my head, I was like, how did this end again?
Yeah,
Dude,
this whole second half of the movie is insane.
the monologue that I'm gonna cry. The monologue he's giving where he's like, dude, I'm gonna cry. It's so funny. When he's like, it's the most, I remember watching it this time and being like, I wasn't like paying attention. I was like doing some shit and watching it at the same time. And I was like hearing something and I was like, wait, what did I just hear? And I rewound it and I had heard correctly. And he's like, yes, the babies were keeping me alive to drive the boat. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they were eating the crew.
They were eating the crew. And he's like, yeah, they're going to eat me next.
Yeah, they're gonna eat me
And
soon.
he's like, my son is protected.
Throws them overboard because there's no crew members left, so the baby tosses them.
He said his son is protected. His son is talking to the other babies and is like, yeah, don't eat my dad. Don't eat my dad, y'all. Like, what the fuck?
I think that's a pro.
That is a pro.
It's pro.
Dude, it's insane. And like, the footage while he's doing this insane monologue is him just like, I don't even know, like, out of it and tired behind the wheel, just in a daze. And he's just sailing this boat around for him. Oh, man. Island of the Alive.
Yeah.
Great part 3.
No.
Joe, when you said 2 thumbs down, I was with you, and now I think I'm at 1 thumb down. The boat monologue.
It wouldn't be like there'd be God tier, and then there'd be shit tier, and it would be like upper shit tier.
Yeah, this is upper shit tier.
Yeah.
It's worth it just to see the babies.
You like just to watch it. You
Fucking
just,
jumping.
if you haven't seen it, you just look at it once. Just give it one viewing, just to be like, this is out there, and it's a great party conversation. I brought this movie
If you're partying
up.
with us.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's right. Yeah, I brought this up to Joe like multiple times.
Or
at
I'd show
parties.
up at a normal party and out someone for not seeing.
You've never seen.
Fuck
It's
this
Alive
guy. He
3?
hasn't seen It's Alive 3.
Wait, you did that by Stag, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, you don't like movies from New Zealand? Sean, this guy doesn't like movies from New Zealand.
Never even
Idiot.
said he didn't like him. Just say he didn't see it.
Well, he didn't like it
Must not have liked it.
Oh, that's
Housebound.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
because he was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." I was like, "Could give a shit what movies you like." I watch It's Alive.
I like
3.
It's Alive 3.
I willingly choose to watch It's Alive 3. Well, let's go into, let's see, what do we have?
Summer Party Massacre 3?
Well, if we want to continue with Dredge,
Yes.
sure. Slumber Party Massacre 3.
Yes.
Now, Joe had
1990.
said he loved this movie.
I said it was a guilty pleasure.
Really?
Yes.
Ah,
Do you still feel that way?
Kind of, yeah.
I thought it sucked.
I thought it was fucking painful.
No, I remember walking into the video store, and this was like always at the end of the aisle in the horror section.
Well, there was all
and I remember
four
the
of them,
cover
right?
with the guy holding the drill like between his legs
Yeah.
and the 3 girls.
So,
And I was like, dude, this movie, and I couldn't believe it when this was one of the 3 that got selected.
to defend myself, that is definitely part of why I liked it, because I had always seen it in the video store, and
Yeah.
for whatever reason, my buddy Greg's mom rented that for us.
That's a bad choice.
Yeah, it was. But I loved it as a kid. I thought it was insane. Now I'm confused because it was super dark. Was the version you watched really dark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty
Like
dark.
Prom Night Dark? I don't know.
That was not Prom Night Dark.
But
Oh,
Paul,
mine
there
was
was
pretty
scenes where I
bright.
couldn't see any. All right, it's probably just. I mean, it was clearly ripped from a VHS. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I even.
Oh, it
read,
looked bad. Yeah, it looked bad for sure.
yeah.
I think I even read like this has not been, like
No restoration at all.
yeah. There's been no like new releases of it.
This movie made $1,242,000 in the box office, which I
What?
think is pretty high for this movie.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Dude, they paid people to go.
I know it's super low, but
Actually, although okay, so one of our listeners, I forget which listener told me this. So he's Elliot. He's big into like slashers right now, and he was saying the first two are not great, but they're watchable and enjoyable. This one to me was like barely watchable. Like it was like Cinemax quality acting.
oh, definitely. But I thought it felt like a horror movie, like a legit horror movie.
I did not get a feeling of a horror movie. I don't know what it was. I was miserable watching it. I actually turned it off, and then I was like, I guess I should actually watch it.
It felt like more like a horror movie than It's Alive to me. Because It's Alive is in that middle ground where it's like so outrageous that it's
It's just
you're
not
not
a
actually
genre.
you're not like, oh man, this is gonna be fucking scary. Like at least Slumber Party Massacre, you might be like a little bit like, this is gonna be
Slumber Party
creepy
Massacre, I was
alone
like,
in the dark at night.
What the fuck is this,
Well, there were so many red
Touche.
herrings that they threw in there.
dude? And that were just like
Like that guy on the beach. There's a guy on the beach who you're
just sitting there, just staring at them.
Oh, yeah.
that guy's a creep.
In all
some guy's
black.
like, "Hey, fuck you, weirdo!" And he shows up at the house later, like looking through the window,
Yeah.
and he never comes.
He just wanted
Never
to see what's
comes
going
back.
on.
Yeah, he's
the
just
guy that's in the house to begin with when
That
he
dude-
comes home, and
and she knows him.
Yeah.
but they don't explain how she knows him.
no,
And she's like, "What are you doing in the house?" And he's standing like an inch away from her. He's like,
and he's
"So you
talking
have an
like
open house?"
I thought
And he's looking through the telescope at them.
it was so weird. The whole thing was.
Oh
really
yeah. I forgot the guy was watching them.
He's watching them get murdered
For like
And
half an
and
hour.
he calls the police like 45 minutes later. Like three of them.
That's
are
when the
already
cops
dead.
like, oh, maybe it's for real. Maybe they're just
That
not-
is when the cops like that. Yeah, because he got a call from a guy.
Yeah, it was really
can't
weird.
trust women.
This was another movie where I thought the ADR was evident, especially in the
Oh my
beginning, because I'm pretty sure all the conversations were just added in
Every
after.
conversation was added after.
Yeah.
100%. They're on the beach, and you could tell it was so fucking windy, and you know those mics only picked up just wind. All right, so we'd already talked about the weirdos that have been hanging around, all the red herrings, which were terrible.
Useless. Yes.
Totally useless.
Yes. You were going to talk about the barbecue?
Well, actually, before that, I just want to talk about some quotes that prove that this was written by an 80-year-old white man, and that's the only person that could have written this movie.
Roger Corman was involved, wasn't it?
Well, he's an 80-year-old white
Exactly.
man. So the first line that I heard that I was just like in disbelief over was they're talking about having a party tonight, this slumber party. And she said, they're like, aren't your parents going to be home? She says, my mom has menopause. She'll never know.
It's true.
The other line that I heard that was just so bad was, ever since my mom found my diaphragm and I told her it was yours, she thinks you're a bad influence. Okay. This was 1990, right?
Yeah, when diaphragms were real popular.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely written by like an 80-year-old
Yeah.
man. It's brutal. The girls have a slumber party. The girls, honestly, and I'm not trying to be sexist with this statement, but I want to know by a show of hands or tweets, how many girls have gone to a slumber party where you barbecued in your bathrobes? Because that seems to be like the feature.
Or sensually danced in front of each other while taking off your clothes.
That was
I would
fucking-
go to those slumber parties.
Yeah, well, of course you would. But I'm talking,
The guys in Ghoulies wouldn't. Oh no!
but any guy would. I'm talking about they were doing it in front of girls. Like
It's an all-girls slumber party, and they're like, I forget what gets them started on it, but
it's just like the
well,
music.
first of all, they're not young girls. They're in college.
Are they in college?
Yes.
Okay.
Or they might be even out of college because they're talking about like their new jobs and stuff that they have.
So why is she so concerned about her mom being there?
Because none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. And actually, there's another movie, and I forget which one. I'll figure it out once we get to it. We watched a movie, though, where the girl was 17 in it. Do you remember which movie that was?
No. Could have been Chucky.
I can't remember, but... Oh, it was House 3.
Oh, okay.
She's 17 in that, and there is a nude scene in it, and it is very uncomfortable. Like, obviously, hopefully the actress wasn't 17, but, like, there is a line where you're just like, I don't want to see this. This is illegal. Like, they're trying to portray something illegal,
right?
Like, and that's disturbing. So I think that's probably why they did it, which is very responsible of the makers of Slumber Party Massacre 3. But yeah,
such responsible filmmakers.
So very, very responsible. So they're barbecuing, they're dancing. The dancing is insane, and all the girls are like, "Yeah, take it off."
Yeah.
Why would anyone?
I know girls like change in front of each other sometimes or whatever, but nobody like dances like that and just gets naked in front of each other for no reason.
Just to see each other naked, and the other ones are like, "Woo!"
You're ruining all my dreams.
Oh, Paul.
They start, or the guys show up after that, and there's one guy, Ken, who everybody is like really into, and they want him to come invite him. He shows up, and then they start getting picked off one by one.
Yes.
There's a girl that's murdered, and her body's like stuffed into a bag, and it's in the closet. And one of the guys is like, "Oh, maybe she slipped and fell." Her entire body is stuffed into a fucking plastic bag.
Yeah, and stored in a cabinet.
I also liked the vibrator electrocution scene.
Yes.
Yo, how the fuck did you get electrocuted by a vibrator? And why was that vibrator plugged into a wall outlet?
It's the 90s, dude.
Did it have batteries in the 90s?
It may have been 80s. Technically, it could have been filmed in 89.
It's a good point.
I'm pretty sure they still have batteries. Again, pretty sure batteries have been around for quite a while.
Allegedly.
What else was there that was pretty good? Oh my god.
The guy gets killed by the for sale sign.
The first kill was
the drill in the car.
Through the car.
That was the sweetest
with
one.
The little,
but when you see the first drill bit, it was
so big.
Not when you first see it. When he's in the back seat and he holds it up, it's like something you would use to like mount a picture. And he pushes it through, and it's like
such my forearm.
And there is so little blood in that scene. It's like a ketchup packet worth of blood being sprayed on the window.
Also, if you've ever drilled anything ever, it takes fucking forever. I can't drill a hole in my wall ever without something going wrong. And that girl could have easily exited the car because she's drilling through a car seat. And it goes through so fast and through her body.
Pressure, she would have just moved up. It was like a really bad cut in her back.
Back.
Assuming she didn't hear the noise first. Like.
Yeah.
Dude, it is the most impractical killer's weapon. Because that's his weapon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it must be multiple people. Multiple killers throughout
the series. Yeah.
But they all use the same drill.
Stupid.
Did you like the twist at the end?
Was the guy wearing white pants?
No, what?
What?
Was that for Labor Day?
It was what kind of a killer wears white pants?
No, that was not the
There's
twist.
Get blood all over him.
All right. Well, the twist was the killer has the flashbacks about like his mean uncle. What was his uncle's name? Billy or something? Uncle Billy. And that's the cop that shows up at the house.
Oh,
it was a pretty sweet
what
twist.
do you do? Pretty sweet.
What's a cool story?
Also, the cop. I don't know if we even explained the cop scene all the way through, but these girls are being murdered. They're stuck in the house. They're trapped. They're pleading. They call 911, obviously. They get the cops first try, and they're like, help us, we're being murdered. And the cop's like, oh, Jesus Christ, another prank call. He's like, get over it. Like, whoa. He's like,
Get over it.
berating them.
Yeah, he's
about...
like, quit wasting my time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Don't tie up the lines for
Yeah.
people that need it.
And then he slams the phone down. He hangs up on them. And then the other cop's like, oh, was it prank calls again? He's like, yeah, those girls again. Calling, saying they're being murdered. And he's like, I mean, I guess I'll check if I have to.
There's a bunch of cops sitting around the station doing nothing. And they don't have time for it.
This movie had chainsaw deaths that were pretty sweet.
I mean, the deaths actually weren't that bad. The for sale sign I kind of liked, even though... Yeah.
Wait, did he actually kill anybody with the chainsaw? Because he chainsaws the guys, like, through the legs.
Yeah.
But that guy didn't die.
Well, it was
The
still
guy
a
in the
pretty sweet
shed.
chainsaw scene.
I guess.
There's no chainsaw scenes in Island of the Alive.
I wish there were.
There could have been.
Point exactly.
I feel like there was a sweet... After the for sale sign kill, the killer drilled somebody right in the middle of the street like a fucking maniac. And it wasn't bloody or gory, but I just thought it was sweet because it kind of reminded me of Leatherface just swinging a chainsaw like a maniac, except this guy was blatantly drilling somebody in the middle of the street.
That drill is enormous. There's no way. That scene actually was when I was like, that weapon sucks.
Yeah.
That thing is so heavy. Like, there's no way you're carrying that around all night. By, like, the second kill, you're like, Jesus Christ, I need to take a nap.
Take a nap.
I need to take a nap, and I'll pick up on this tomorrow. But I am not okay with this movie.
I didn't
This
hate
one
it.
is on the... This
Shit
one's
tier?
on the barrel.
Lower tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
The bottom of the lower tier.
I'd say upper shit tier.
It wasn't funny. The kills weren't great. The gore wasn't great. The acting
was
sucked.
so bad. That girl, the goth girl, was like every time she came on the screen, I might have let out an audible sigh every time. Just like, all right,
Yeah.
I gotta listen to this idiot for a minute, and she'd be like, "Hi, Jen.
See, I disagree.
What about that creepy guy at the beach?"
I had fun watching it.
Joe, I hate to break it to you. Stepfather 3 is better.
Stepfather
no way.
3 is a lot better.
That's
Stepfather
not
3 is
true.
better.
Like, dude, that you are wrong.
I could not disagree more.
You are wrong. Stepfather 3 is like astronomically above it.
Astronomically.
Maybe not astronomically.
That's going to be my bar.
Maybe I have to rewatch it.
There's no way. Stepfather 3 is my least favorite. Well, wait, what do we... what did we watch last week?
Dude,
It was real bad.
his love making is incredible. We watched a lot of bad stuff. We watched.
Do you want me to just list every movie we watched?
Yeah. I mean, this is light years above those.
No.
Probably.
Yeah, Howling 3 maybe.
I'd rather watch this than Basket Case 3.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so it's upper shit tier.
Paul.
Basket Case 3, like I said, is actually looks way better. But I could not deal with all those freaks, like the guy with the giant jagged teeth.
Thank you. So
You're
If Belial had that mobile, and it was actually a mobile, not an exoskeleton the whole time, I'd be down with that.
I do.
We're in agreement. It's upper shit tier. And you're just
Mid.
putting... It's upper shit tier, and you're putting Stepfather 3 in upper shit tier, too. What would you rather watch, It's Alive 3 than Summer Party Massacre?
It's Alive 3.
This is a
No,
weird.
wait. Here's the problem, though. I would rather watch It's Alive 3, but Stepfather 3 is probably actually a better movie in production quality and everything about it. It's just that the movie's fucking boring. And, like, nobody dies. Like, 2 people die in that movie.
That does suck. That does suck. I always forget about that little thing.
Okay, so at least people die in Summer Party Massacre.
Yeah, but you could hardly see it.
You just said you could see everything fine.
Yeah, it's slightly better than Prom Night.
Jesus.
It was still dark as
All right.
shit.
Well, Paul mentioned Leatherface, so why don't we go into Leatherface?
did.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Leatherface.
Yeah.
What is it? Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I think
3.
that's it.
Wait,
So
I watched Next Generation. I'm fucking with you.
I know you did it because
Oh.
you said that on the last episode. You were like, "Oh, is that the one with Matthew McConaughey?" You were like,
No, it's the one with
and we're
Vigo.
like, no, and you were like, "Oh, okay."
Shut up. You guys suck.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Also known as let's just make the first one again, and just throw in some other shit.
So
Make it way worse.
this movie's like production-wise is better than half the things that we've seen, and I fucking still hated it. I hated Leatherface's mask.
Leatherface
So
was
much.
a terrible Leatherface.
Why was it so boring?
It was.
Did you think it was boring?
Very boring.
Yeah.
And because they have
He chased somebody in the
Leatherface's-
woods for 40 minutes.
Dude, it was the longest chase scene I've ever seen in my life. And she's like running into people.
She's the
Like,
only
she
like,
goes.
Yeah. Some girl has just been out in the woods for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and she's like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "Oh, nothing. This guy's chasing."
Yeah,
me."
I was like,
"Oh,
is
yeah,
she
me too."
part of the family,
It was so
or-
fucking weird.
Yeah.
It was mind blowing.
There was so many things, and like she's the only like character. I mean, obviously Ken Foray is a big part in it, but at least in the first Texas Chainsaw, there's like 6 of them who are being hunted. It's just these two the
Yeah,
entire time. There's no suspense or anything.
Yeah, it's
and you have
just
Leatherface's
two.
entire fucking family.
and when you only have the two, it makes for like the first one is sweet because it's like a gaggle of people. It's like 8 people, so you get to see 7 horrible death scenes, and then you're like, "Oh, what's in store for the last one?" Like that's what you're holding out for. And this one, it's just like, well,
Yeah.
let's just wait.
Yeah, speaking of, when the boyfriend guy gets it, he's getting fucking chainsawed. Like Leatherface is above him, like,
Yeah,
and it cuts like the next scene, and all you hear is chainsaw.
yeah.
And then the next scene in the house, the dude's okay. Do you remember that? When they hang him upside down and Rube Goldberg him?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that was so
what the fuck were they chainsawing?
That was so
He's just scaring him?
Yeah. She's just unsettling him.
Starring Viggo Mortensen. Is that how you say
Mortens.
it? Mortensen?
Yeah.
Mortensen?
I was like, is this a joke?
He's in foreign? It's like Australian?
He's born in America.
Oh, was
in
he?
New York City. Yeah.
Oh,
He's in a little movie called Lord of the Rings.
I'm aware. He doesn't come off as a New York City actor.
He's from Brooklyn. He's Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
Brooklyn
we've
actor.
heard him before. It's a little movie called Hidalgo.
A doggo. You're a fucking idiot.
But yes, Mortensen. Viggo Mortensen.
I thought it was more...
Mortensen. I like it.
Let's go with it. Maybe I'm wrong. I never actually heard anybody pronounce it, to be fair.
I think it's... Dude, the guy's first name is Viggo. Why would I think it's Mortensen?
True. Wait, is Vigo the name of the ghost in
In
Ghostbusters?
too? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an ancient Carpathian name. Whatever.
But yes, he's in it. So is Ken Foray. This movie
Foray.
starts off. So I love that it still starts off with the voiceover and the rolling screen.
Yeah, I kind of did. I kind of didn't. I was kind of like,
Well, it gave me hope that they might bring it back to like its roots after the second one.
well, I mean, it's not hard to get back to the roots after the second one. The second one was so
Just don't have
Off-
chainsaw fights.
Bring it all down!
so far off the base. It was, dude. The chainsaw fight is insane. Still, when I think about it. That actually, well, the most insane scene from 2 is honestly when he goes outside the chainsaw store and just starts chopping that piece of lumber outside, and the store owner's just standing there watching. He's just hitting it, he's like banging his.
Not cutting it, just
What-
fucking up the blade.
What would Paul's dad do if he saw
so
him using
fucking
his
mad.
chainsaw? All right. Anything else we want to talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3? I mean, I was not a fan of this. It was...
I liked the voiceover because they said that the jurors concluded that Leatherface was just a split personality and that he might be still on the loose.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, yeah, all that was kind of cool. I mean...
I hated Leatherface's mask, but I thought the first time Leatherface showed up was alright. Like, he just kind of comes out of nowhere and it was kind of creepy.
Yeah, at night,
I
when they're like
loved-
changing the car tire.
Yes,
Yeah, it just
yes.
pops out.
I loved Ken Foray's character. Like, I wish he was the focal point of that because
He got a lot of screen time, though.
Yeah, he did, but
they didn't explain that character.
They
well
didn't.
He just got run off the road. And he just has an M16.
But when he shoots up Leatherface's house, he blasts the mother, and he shoots Grandpa.
Oh my god. That grandpa was so disgusting. Yeah. He was way more disgusting than the other ones. He had like no eyes.
He had no eyes.
Just eye sockets.
And he gets shot through the eyes and his like eyes caved.
Yeah.
That seems awesome.
That ruled.
I did not like that guy with the dead eye whatsoever. And he also talked like Boomhauer. Because at the very end, he shows back up. He's like, there was a scene where I wanted to turn on the subtitles. Because he's like, like, what?
Yeah, also, how did that guy sneak up on them?
They drove away like 40 miles. It was like Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah.
Dude, when they docked the boat.
And it was also the middle of a clearing. And then the dude's right fucking behind him.
With a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
He had to carry that with him, too.
But then Leatherface was also there.
Yeah.
Dude. But,
And Leatherface was so gross. He was too skinny.
I kind of like that he had the metal knee brace. Probably from in part 1 when he clipped himself with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Good call.
But where the fuck's he gonna get a metal knee brace? Although, yeah, that
could be homemade.
He goes to the doctor.
Chainsaw accident. But my beef was every time you would see somebody trying to get away in that first like 45-minute scene in the woods, it would just go to a close-up of Leatherface's fucking knee, and the hinge just going like, and he would always have the chainsaw off until he got close enough to get a kill, and then it'd be like, and it was so fucking stupid. I was like, you're not sneaking up on anything, you big doof.
This was supposed to be rated X.
Yeah.
And I that's what made me super excited for it. And then I watched it, and I was like,
yeah,
what could they have done? And no one's seen the X-rated cut, but...
Because there's not even enough people to kill. Like
that's what I'm... Yeah.
The scene where they shot the ear off was pretty sweet.
Yes. Yeah.
Just flies off and lands. It wasn't shit tier. It was just middle tier.
It was meh.
Yeah.
Which might be worse.
Yeah, because you can't really laugh at it. Or...
It was like... at the end of it, I was just like, I do not give a shit about this movie, like, one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was better made than half of the ones we've seen.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And now we're going to get into a little bit higher of a tier here. Where do we want to start? Friday the 13th, part 3?
Sure.
That's fucking god tier compared to these other ones.
You think that's
I
god
loved
tier?
it, dude.
What do you think about it?
I don't think it's god tier, but I think it's a good tier.
I think it's really good.
So, what part did we talk about on the show? I always ask this. Was it?
There's the one with Crispin Glover.
That's 4.
Oh,
final chapter.
Is Crispin Glover 4?
Yes.
And this is 3.
Yeah, because Feldman's in 4, and then he's in the very beginning of 5.
Yeah. How many of these just start right after the other? Because 3 starts right after 2. Excuse me. But 2 doesn't start right after 1, right? No, because the end of 1 is kind of open.
Yeah, because it comes out of the water.
Yeah. So 3 starts right after 2, and 4 starts right after 3.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
It's awesome. I wonder how many times they did that before.
I just think there's a lot of great things about this one.
I mean, there's some.
I have a big qualm with Jason having absolutely no motivation to kill any of these people because they weren't involved with his death, and they're not camp counselors.
And how, like,
just kind of there.
And then who he chooses to kill and who he doesn't choose to kill. Like, it's very sporadic if it's not going after the counselors. And
he's killing everyone.
Although I loved his nut shot in this one with that axe when he splits that guy through the nuts.
That's what I was gonna say. When you talk about Jason's best kills, I think the sleeping bag comes up a lot.
Yep.
And the other one is the handstand.
Yeah.
The handstand's great.
And it does
such a deep wound. He gets all the way in, like, his first blow, it gets down to like his belly button.
It's brutal. I mean, this movie, I like the kills a lot.
Yeah.
It's like the most physically imposing Jason. Or like maybe the first.
Dude, and he gets rid of that stupid fucking burlap sack. I hate fucking brown paper bag head
and
Jason.
I like this Jason face too.
Nobody has ever said that.
This unmatched.
You like this Jason face? I like Jason face. Dude, I just love that he finally gets a hockey mask.
You know that stupid Jason face that's like brown and looks like a skull? He looks like Red Skull from Captain America.
Yes, you're right.
Skull,
you're right.
That fucking face is the shit.
I'm with you.
You're right. That
and he's
is
like, and he's got like these giant fucking eyeballs. It's the shittiest thing I've ever seen. This one's solid. It's still like, it kind of looks like the little boy that drowned mixed with.
I agree with
It's
you.
not too disgusting. It's not Jason Takes Manhattan disgusting.
Did you like that subplot with the girl? She had seen him in the woods as like a little girl.
No. That was the dumbest subplot of all time.
Yeah.
Well, you're nodding your head. Yes.
Because that's not in my recollection of it.
Oh, okay.
And then I wasn't thinking about how stupid it was that she saw him so long ago.
Dude,
But you just said it takes place like right after.
Yeah.
So Jason would be around. Like, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's that,
oh, yeah.
It is kind of confusing now.
I mean, she must have seen him.
It was a week
I mean,
earlier.
I'm sure they're not thinking about this, but yeah, that's really weird.
It was
That's
probably
really bizarre.
earlier that summer.
But Jason sees her, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she gets away.
Because at the end, when he unmasks himself, she's like, oh, "It's you."
Yeah.
And he's like, duh. The fuck did you think it was going to
be? Oh my god.
But yeah, this is definitely upper echelon of part 3s for me.
It was also weird when Jason, when his mask is off, he can run. Like, he can sprint.
I didn't notice that.
See.
But when he puts the mask on is when he, like, walks really slowly. There's a couple scenes where he's got no mask on and he's, like, jogging. Also was not a fan of the... And this was when I was like, oh, man, this is when Friday the 13th starts the, just, like, the bullshit. Like, they're like, we're out of ideas to actually scare people, so we're just gonna, like, the ending was just 8 different... It was like, oh, no, we're just kidding. Oh, no, it was real. No, it's just kidding.
Yes.
It was like hallucination.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, this is the start of, they're, like, out of ideas.
Right.
And it was the same ending as, like, well, they were trying to make you think it was going to be the same ending as the first one. Because they're in a canoe and...
Yeah. Rather than go get
You're
help
like, what's
after this
that?
guy's killed, you just go out in the fucking boat, like 4 feet offshore. Listen,
Why
don't
was
make me
that
hate
guy?
this movie. This movie rules.
No. Listen, I think this movie's fine, and
Dude.
I've always liked the first 4 Jason movies. But why was that guy walking on his hands to begin with?
Because this was part 3 in 3D. Like that Jaws 3 phase, when everything was going to be 3D. So like, fuck, we'll just do dumb shit and get...
What is the
But what
handstand
does
doing?
walking
change your
on-
perception of the feet are coming towards you. And it's fucking awesome. And that guy was a fucking totally...
I do not. First of all, I do not agree that that had anything to do with 3D because what would be
fucking
popping out
awesome.
at you?
His toes.
His fucking feet! You know, like, you watch these movies, and there's, like, certain things you're like, oh, they did that because of 3D.
Yeah, but
Only
like,
'cause of
why
3D.
wouldn't Jason like throw a hatchet at the screen?
Like, when he shoots the arrow into the girl's eye, which
Right.
was awesome,
That was-
3D.
there's a harpoon. But
What?
yes, that was made for 3D. Standing on your hands is not made for 3D.
Listen, since we're not...
It's not like a magic eye where you're staring at it and it pops out at you.
Yeah, but remember that guy's, like, juggling, doing all stupid shit?
I do,
He's into
I'm talking about
theatrics, Joe.
standing. Okay.
Joe, who the fuck cares? Can we just agree on one
Girl
thing?
is
Dude,
showering.
you're upsetting the dog. Can we just agree on one thing? The fucking theme is awesome.
Yes.
Fine.
Dude, so good.
Yes. But I'm still want to go back to the girl is showering and for no reason he just walks into the room and out of the room on his hands.
Yeah.
If you could walk on your hands, would you just do it?
No, I
random
would
times?
not.
Okay.
It
doesn't
so
seem
much work.
fun.
It would take so much work. I'd be so tired. Oh, boy. Friday the 13th, though, definitely upper echelon. No matter whether you love it or hate it, I mean, I think you have to put it above.
Everything else we've seen. Yeah.
Dude, I loved it.
Right now it's at number 1.
I also love when Jason gets hit in the head with, like, the axe, that slit is in the hockey mask for the rest of them.
Yes.
Except for part 5, because it's not actually a spoiler. If you've ever noticed that, it doesn't have the slit.
Yeah.
This dog is making so much noise.
Yeah.
But
Child's Play, Part 3.
Dude, I love the first 3 Child's Play movies, like always. Like they have a special place in my heart, and I always watched Jesus Christ, dog. I always watched part 3 on USA, and I was worried that I would hate it watching it now, and I did not hate it.
yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I think Child's Play... Okay, so... I like... I'm trying to think about how to say this. Because I think Child's Play 3 is the most enjoyable Child's Play. The first one's good.
Oh, I love
'Cause
the first
I
one.
love the story. Like, the true story of Chucky is awesome. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, I guess. Because I do love the first one. The first one is definitely the most thought out.
I mean, if you have to rank them, this is probably my least favorite, but I still liked it a lot. Out of the first three.
I don't remember 2 as well, but I remember 3 a lot from my childhood. Because it was always on USA.
Dude, the best was Halloween night. They always played the Chucky movies.
I mean, it makes no sense, though.
No.
They rebuild a murderous doll.
Yeah, they used that body.
They rebuild
the possessed Chucky body. Yeah, let's fucking let's go get the possessed version and fucking melt that down. Yeah.
Like that was actually the most shocking thing to me rewatching this was.
And then they gave it to the company's owner.
Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, this murderous doll.
Yeah.
Like they know about it. Like this is like on the news at night. Like a doll murdered.
This was like a breath of of fresh air, because when Chucky got given to like the owner of the company and he got out of the box, you see that he's no longer in the packaging, and then he's like fucking running around and shit. This was like the first time in a while that I was watching a movie and I was like, this feels like it's actually a horror movie.
And it goes to his perspective and the guy's reaching under his couch. Like even Tina, my wife, was like, this scene is awesome because he pushes the thing towards him. You're like, fuck.
Because there was suspense.
Yes.
These
cool.
other hack directors can't pull off.
Who directed this? Jack Bender, who has done Lost.
He's legit.
Yeah.
Wow, good for him. 38 episodes of Lost.
Wow.
38?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Paul's so excited.
Shocking news balls.
Also, Paul, Felicity. Holy shit!
That wasn't me.
But yeah, that scene was awesome, Paul. It did build suspense and like.
And Brad Dourif's a fucking madman.
Brad Dourif's voice.
I can't believe
he needs an Oscar.
I couldn't believe how fucking wacky he was.
He's so good. Everything that he's ever been in, he gives it his all. And we'll talk about another movie that he's been in.
Dude,
he's
I can't
awesome
wait to
in
talk about it.
And like even like if you go back and watch the first season of the X-Files, there's an episode where he's a killer. And he gives like an Oscar-worthy performance. He's like crying and he's like spooky. He's fucking insane. And you're like, Brad Dourif must be the most underappreciated actor out there.
What was with using military schools as settings in the 90s?
The Omen did it, didn't they?
Yeah, and Major Payne. I feel like there was others.
Sergeant Bilko.
Down Periscope? No, they're
was
adults.
Cool, was it?
No.
Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on a
I was
submarine.
just trying to fit in.
Major Payne was great. But there was like something about military
First Kid.
schools during this that they were just like, First Kid is not military.
Some kid what? Oh yeah.
Taps.
It's just Sinbad following the president's kid around.
Some kid woke me up at 3 a.m. to tell me that First Kid was starting on the TV. I had an exam the next day.
Was it Roos?
Who told
No,
you?
it was Danimal. Pounding on my door.
First Kid?
Yes.
Why was he so excited about First Kid?
He's an asshole.
I'm so mad.
Would have knocked him out. Would have told my dad, he would have knocked him out.
Child's Play 3.
Yes, so military school. Andy's at a military school. Chucky is still just trying to kill this fucking Andy kid. Just can't get a hold of him.
The drill sergeant is such a jerk. Like
Such an
a perfect
asshole.
Perfect asshole.
So, and he's got the look for it. He's one of those guys that you're like, I think he's in like every 90s movie.
Yes.
That he plays a fucking prick. He's good. I mean, it's just really classic. The nostalgia factor is big on this one for me.
Why is that kid at that military school? Because he's like 8 years old. And everybody else is like 18.
I don't know. Major Payne, there's that little kid.
Dude,
You are right.
that is, again, there was like a lot of tropes in the 90s for military schools, and there was always like one nice little boy that was somehow
Trying to get possessed.
Military school.
I didn't understand that part, but Chucky tries to, transfer his soul into him.
Right.
How did you like the character Whitecrest?
Was
Oh, he's
Is he the one that jumps on the grenade?
Yeah, he's the nerd guy.
Yeah.
that jumps on the grenade? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. So I hated him, but but that whole scene at the end when the troops.
The red versus blue.
Yeah, when they finally all
Paintball.
get together, I'm like, all right.
Fucking Chucky swaps the bullets.
Classic.
That scene should have and could have been so much more better, though. Because it should have just been
It's only one person gets shot.
Bloodbath. It should
Yeah.
have just been everybody dying.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. But I was also a big fan of just the kids just finally getting together and being like, hey, that doll's alive.
Yeah.
True.
Don't fuck with the Chuck.
Great line.
His lines are trash. I hate his stupid
But Brad
lines.
Dourif is just fantastic.
Brad Dourif is insane, and is this just his voice?
Dude,
Yeah.
I wish I just saw him in the voice booth doing these
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah,
It's probably
I
so
should
intense.
Check that.
He did not like this movie, Brad Dourif.
Really?
Yeah. He did not like doing it.
So he did 3 more. He's like, they'll only get better from here.
Dude.
He's like a gambler. He just is hooked. He's just like, it'll get better. It'll get better.
Dude, that garbage truck kill is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
It was great.
Yeah.
The guy's fucking arm is sticking up.
Yeah. It's like the end of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When Shredder falls into the garbage.
I haven't seen it yet.
Paul
Spoilers.
face.
No, the original.
Yeah, I know. Elias Koteas, Casey Jones.
Yes.
Dude, how do you
haven't
know that
seen it
guy's
yet.
name?
Oh, he's in
Casey Jones?
Yeah.
No, not Casey.
Elias Koteas.
Yeah.
He's in Fallen.
Sweet.
Time.
Yes, he sings that song.
Oh, he's in that?
Yeah, he's
Is
the
on
guy,
my
he's the guy that they kill.
Oh,
And he
really?
transfers- Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I love Fallen. My
Fallen
dad took me
rules.
to that in theaters.
Really?
Fallen's
That's
great.
sweet.
John Goodman.
Yep.
Yep. Classic.
Denzel.
Yep.
Elias Koteas.
Elias Koteas. His name was not on the poster.
no, he was not. Yeah, poor Elias.
Also, don't sing that song on the podcast. We can't pay royalties for it. So.
Just bleep it.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Oh, wait, but did you put... What tier would you put that in? Child's
Chucky?
Play? Yeah.
Lower, top notch.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty okay.
God tier?
No.
So just top-notch tier.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think it was lower top notch.
I mean-
I thought it was pretty
Dude, I would
decent.
put it at,
a lot
like-
of nostalgic
It depends
things.
how we-
I'd put like number
lump them
3 right
together.
there. Of
Yeah.
like all the movies I've seen.
Like I actually liked it.
In the next episode, we'll do I want to do like a full breakdown of them. I'm gonna get a whiteboard, and we'll put magnets on them and do
And
it.
sticky notes?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, and like
detectives.
moving them
Yeah, yeah.
around. Because we have to like set a precedent. I feel like for these because
so much screaming.
We're never
gonna be
gonna
a lot
agree
of
with
stuff.
Joe
We
and
should
Joe's
live
fucking
cast
stupid
that.
ring.
we should actually maybe we'll do that as like a special.
It might
just for
end in a fist
Patreon.
fight between Joe and I. Like that time he told me I didn't get a good deal on Die Hard. It's fucking asshole.
Wait, what were you talking about? That
Last episode. Probably recorded.
didn't get a good deal on.
You
Die
got a
Hard.
great deal.
Why were you
$15
so
for the
mad
trilogy.
about that? Why would you ever be mad about that? So
Nightmare 3.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
1987, Frank Darabont's first writing credit.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
Really?
had nothing to do with Stephen King. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Dude fucking loves Stephen King.
I know that.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Frank Darabont, do something not fucking Stephen King.
Why? He
related.
does Stephen King really good.
oh, wait.
Really well?
Who steals more source material? Frank or Stuart Gordon? Stealing HBO.
The answer is
crap.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
And I love his movies.
Frank doesn't steal it. He just adapts it. And,
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, so does
yeah, I guess so.
Stuart Gordon.
So who adapts more is your question?
I guess, yeah.
Whoever has the bigger filmography.
All right.
Did you know Frank Darabont played the rear F8 or the rear pilot in King Kong remake?
No.
The propeller.
How does he know so much
Peter Jack-
stupid?
Dude, I almost got confused with Jim Caviezel, who plays the rear F-18 pilot in The Rock.
It's unbelievable the shit he knows. Like, what? What the fuck is the matter with you?
A lot.
Like, and I walked in and he's watching some old ass movie in black and white. Like, looks like something my grandfather would watch. He's like, yeah, let me tell you about this movie.
Shadow of a Doubt, Alfred
And he
Hitchcock.
told me the whole plot.
Oh,
Joseph Cotton.
yeah. No, I know all about it.
He's watching it on a Sunday. Just hanging out watching whatever. I'd find it very
I
odd.
think last Sunday I watched the Danny Kaye movie. It was not good.
You say you were watching a Danny Kane
No, Danny Kaye.
music video?
Tap dancer.
You're an idiot. Tap dancing sucks. Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah, did you know it was Frank Darabont's first writing credit?
Dude, I love Stephen King.
He does a lot of Stephen King. It's this story by
The
Wes
Mist,
Craven.
Green
Was
Mile,
Did
Shawshank
Yeah, he came
Redemption?
back. He didn't do the second one. He came back.
He came back for the third. Which is a weird thing to do because you know they're just going to keep making these and you're going to leave again.
Well, he didn't want to do the second one because he didn't think Freddy was franchise material, and then the second one outgrossed the first one in box office. The movie opens with
Wait,
Dokken.
time out. Hold on. Wait, hold the fuck on. Are we saying he directed this?
No,
All right, good. Continue.
no, some guy with the last name Russell.
Yeah, the guy who did The Mask and Eraser.
That guy's a genius.
Okay, I thought for a second you were like he was coming back to this after not doing 2 as director. Yeah, no, because he only did New Nightmare.
But he didn't even write 2.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. I got confused.
So, this is a story about kids in a mental institution.
Yes.
Yep.
Who all have trouble sleeping because Freddy's after all of them.
Yes.
Great idea. My number one problem was Nancy just showing up in a walking into a mental institution just out of the blue and being like, "Sup?"
Why didn't I think of that?
Because that's literally.
Oh, because I literally have no problem with this movie. It was great. I loved it.
Dude, any movie that opens with Dokken is
No, I mean
Fine with
this movie's incredible, but it was so weird because it's like they're in group therapy. They're all talking about Freddy, and Nancy just walks in and is like, "Oh hey," and never.
What are the odds of that?
Never explains why she's there, and she's just like, "Oh."
no, she does because she had the traumatic experience and she like went to school to help
Yeah.
kids that had.
And how come
trouble
nobody
dreaming.
believes them? After what happened to Nancy?
Right.
Because it's an outlandish fucking story.
Dude, listen, when Kincaid...
Dude, if somebody came up to you and was like, "Hey, some guy's been killing my friends in my sleep, and he tried to kill me, and now it's happening again," you'd be like, "Why is nobody believing you?" No, you'd be like, "Go get fucking help."
This movie's really good, and we have to.
Does John Saxon realize it?
We have to move through this one pretty quickly because we are running out of time. We are probably actually already way past an hour. But great movie. The kills are incredible.
They look great.
They look great. The opening scene with Freddy with the hanging skeletons and all that is fantastic.
Yeah, I loved the guy he turns into a marionette with his like veins.
One of the best scenes.
Fantastic. It was so good.
The character Kincaid.
But when the
fantastic.
kid,
AKA Cool Breeze.
when the
AKA
kid,
Lump.
I'm out of AKAs.
when the kid with the marionette is walking, when you see him walking outside of the dream, he's walking like such an idiot. That had to be like the hardest thing to do ever. He's walking around like a total complete idiot.
We can't not mention "Welcome to Primetime, Bitch," which is the
It was
greatest
so
Freddy line of all
fantastic.
time.
Yeah.
So good.
I love that while she's flicking through the TV, she's watching the Dick Cavett show, and he's interviewing Zaza Gabor. And they wanted to have some other actress get killed because that's who Freddy kills. You know, he turns into Dick Cavett. They wanted to have some other actress, but Dick Cavett wanted to do Zaza Gabor because he said he would never interview her in real life. And if he had to choose one person to get killed, it would be Zaza Gabor. So he
God.
personally picked her.
No way. That's an incredible story.
I also love that you get backstory on Freddy's birth. In that...
Dude, the scenes
Everything-
with none were actually creepy. Like when she would appear
Yeah.
out of nowhere, like it had like a good horror movie feel to it. I loved it.
But I love the backstory there.
I love the boobs on the nurse.
Yeah, great.
Nice looking boobs.
Loved Larry Fishburne.
Yes.
You can't forget about that.
Did we say
Cre-
Patricia Arquette or first
No, we don't need to. But he's credited as Larry Fishburne, not Lawrence.
Yeah,
Larry.
Yep.
Was this pre Pee Wee or post Pee Wee? It had to be post Pee Wee.
Had to be post. It's 87.
Yeah.
Are you feeling tongue-tied when he's making out with a kid? Great line. He had great lines in this movie. He wasn't corny mode yet. He was just good.
Oh my God!
All the superpowers, like this movie. What's crazy about this movie is it defies. By the way, I'm sorry I cut you off, Paul, because you were so excited about something. But this movie defies, like, it shouldn't be good. If you write this idea on paper, you'd be like, "This is so dumb. I will never make this movie about a storied franchise," because it's like, okay, it's kids in a mental institution. They go into dreams and they get like superpowers through their dreams. Yeah. It's like, that is stupid. That is the dumbest thing.
The kid that's a wizard is a fucking jerk.
He was a Dungeons and Dragons like lord in real life.
Yeah,
that's why he's.
Oh wait, in real life?
Yes.
IRL?
Yes.
Oh my god.
What were you pumped about?
Well, my note when Kincaid goes, "Yo, Freddy, where you hiding your burnt face, pussy?" Kincaid was just so good.
You know the story about how he got the role?
No.
So Kincaid got the role to this movie. He did not want to audition to it, and his agent was like, "You have to." And he's like, "You have to go today." And it was pouring, and like he was soaking wet, and he got in, and he was miserable. And the director was like, "Oh, just say whatever comes to your mind." He was just apparently, since he was soaking wet and didn't want to do it, he just started screaming, "Fuck you, you motherfucker!" Like, just telling the guy off, and the guy's like, "All right, you got the role."
You're a Kincaid. You just nailed it. No, the reason I just got so pumped is earlier in the movie.
You thought about the skeleton scenes?
No,
when they come alive.
No, that was the only part that I'm not really a fan of. The main girl, other than Nancy, Kristen, earlier in the movie before
Freddie
she gets
Worm?
put in the mental hospital, there's the scene where her mom comes upstairs and yells at her, and she has like her male suitor downstairs, and then later in a dream towards the end, the same exact scene happens again, and the mother comes upstairs and she's like, "Hold on, I have a suitor downstairs," and then you just hear Freddie go, "I said, where's the fucking bourbon?" And he cuts her head off and throws it. It was so insane. It was fucking amazing.
Agreed.
Where's the fucking bourbon?
I said, "Where's the fucking bourbon?"
This movie had a budget of $4.5 million, made $44.7 million in the box office. Freddy was a legitimate hit. That's nuts, man.
That's great. And it's, to this day, it's the third highest grossing one behind Part 4 and Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, wow. Got your nose!
God tier?
Yeah.
God tier.
Yeah, for sure.
I loved it.
For sure. Now, let's talk about...
The God of God tiers?
I'm with you and not with you at the same time. Exorcist 3. Paul, did you like it?
It was really good. Suspenseful. It was scary. Scissor scene.
There's
many scenes, though, that, like...
Yes.
The scissor scene.
It comes out in the hallway?
Yeah.
Dude, that was...
the scariest fucking scene I might have ever seen. Dude, it's just zoomed in shots.
I'll be honest. I saw it and I was like, I hope that's not what they were talking about.
Are you serious?
Dude,
the
shot
way that
so well. It's zoomed out and
I mean,
it's not just that though. It's the fact that it's the long shot for like 3 minutes, and they break it up because she goes into that room.
She goes in and out,
and wakes the guy up, and you get that jump scare. And typically, it's like that's your scare, and then it goes back to it.
It has the cop walking in and out, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
The way
happen?
it's directed, it's just like building, and you're just like,
they let her hang. They let that hang for. It felt like a very long time, like because she walks out, and she walks basically as far as she can go for that shot to work, and then he comes out,
and it makes that noise, and it just comes out. Dude, it's chill-inducing. One of my favorite scenes, maybe ever.
It's very good.
I like the story.
I don't even know what that. Oh, the bum.
So William Peter Blatty directed this, who wrote The Exorcist.
Who wrote the first one.
And this was just supposed to be a movie about a serial killer, and the studios made him go in and reshoot, and add scenes on to make it with the exorcism. And I personally think that if they didn't have the exorcism scenes, it would have been like one of the better movies.
I think it would have made more sense, and this is where my problem is. I think it's like it might be the best part 3.
It is.
Like, as a movie, ever, which I guess that depends how you look at it, because it's so not related. Well, I guess it is related to the first one. I don't know how to.
Yeah, it is, because Father Karras.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I guess you would. I would lump it into that category. But yeah, the exorcism just. This movie wasn't like a horror. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was and it wasn't. I don't know.
Of all these part
suspense.
3s, it was the scariest one, I thought.
Yes, I'm with you. That and Nightmare of the Two.
And how come we haven't name dropped Brad Dourif again?
Because we need to spend like 45 minutes and we don't have it. Because Brad Dourif is incredible in this fucking movie. His voice, that like how it alternates from that like.
And when he starts singing like a little boy's voice, well, obviously that's not him, but like just the way he's acting it. And George C. Scott is acting his ass off too. His interactions with his friend, the priest, in the beginning are fantastic.
Yeah.
Him yelling at nurses is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
He's so intense. Really funny.
Can we talk about the dream sequence real quick? Did you notice who was in that dream sequence?
No.
Did you?
No.
First of all, Samuel L. Jackson's playing a blind person. Fabio is an angel.
Yes, I did catch Fabio.
What?
And Patrick Ewing is the angel of death.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I was like, that guy looks like Patrick Ewing. And he was like, yeah, I
fucking
know.
kidding
and I
me?
looked it up as fucking Patrick
Are
Ewing.
you serious?
I saw Fabio.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's the same scene. And Samuel L. Jackson.
That's so weird.
Yeah, there's one hilarious.
I don't know if I even want to ruin this for anyone, really. I want to talk about a lot of it, but we are out of time, and it is really, really good.
If you haven't seen it and you've been putting it off because
just check it out, and you really don't need to see.
It's
two.
really you don't even need. It's a standalone movie.
It is. I mean, seeing one will help.
Well, it will help, but you wouldn't be totally lost.
Yeah, it would work as standalone. Dude, I just love George C. Scott screaming at nurses and going, "No one in, no one out, except for emergencies." But they're at a fucking hospital. Every single person is an emergency.
Oh my god!
He's just fucking screaming.
I have notes for. Oh, that would explain a lot.
Wait, I already know the answer to this. What's your favorite George C. Scott line of all time?
Get that fat asshole out of my room. He's puking on my wife. But that wasn't a movie. That was real life.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
What?
You apparently said that. Like, he was just like some like award show or something. I don't know who the fat asshole was.
Is this just a story of?
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, do you want me to recite Patton? And then it clicked. I know exactly what he's talking
You
about.
want me to recite?
Because I can't.
You probably could.
We're going to use the guts to grease the tanks of our
All right, guys. So, Exorcist 3 is a top notch.
It's my
up
number
there.
one.
It's amazing. You guys got to check it out.
And we have not watched a lot of them. We're going to do another one. So
Yes, part 3. Well, next week we're going to do House 3. Can't wait to discuss that.
Yeah.
That was something. It was good.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Are you sure?
No, I just Jedi mind
No. I got incepted so hard.
I can't believe it worked. I can't believe it fucking worked. We're doing a House 3 next week. I'm excited. It's stupid and amazing. And then after that, we will be doing our conclusion to the part 3s. We're going to get as many in as we can. Make sure to send us... Oh, we didn't read any for this week. I'll try and... Okay, I'm going to do 2. 2 for this week. 2 for this week. 2 for this week. Oh, well... Oh, we left off on Tom, right?
Yeah, Tom. Yes.
All right. Tom was the last one. I think it was. Well, next up, Tioni W. Did I do her?
No.
She messages us, "Hey, Sean, my favorite horror movie part 3s are Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Not only was it one of the best Nightmare on Elm Street series, but it also came with one of the best, lamest rock songs, Dream Warriors. Army of Darkness. This one to me was just hilarious and physical comedy was insane. The Horror Show, or Out of the House series. which we are talking about next week. Child's Play 3, Final Destination 3. Wasn't my favorite Final Destination installment, but the roller coaster death scene and the tanning bed scene was pretty cool. Huh?
Did do this one?
Yeah, I remember the tanning bed scene. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who the fuck else brought up House 3?
Yes. We did not do this one. Okay. All right, so viewer messages. Bill B. My worst part 3s. Poltergeist 3, Jaws 3, Spider-Man 3. All truly awesome.
Spider-Man 3 is awful.
Truly awful.
Gia G. She says, I was going to say Friday the 13th part 3 for the hockey mask, and it's in 3D. I remember seeing it in theaters. I was 11.
Awesome.
Thanks, Dad. And we'll do one more for this one. Dan M. Exorcist 3 has got to be the best threequel of all time.
Yep.
The hospital scare is absolutely genius, and the dialogues between George C. Scott and Brad Dourif are riveting. A hidden gem, if there ever was one. Yeah, those conversations between Dourif and George C. Scott were fucking bananas. Like, dialogue that just kept you... And it was just dialogue. Fucking dog. It was just straight dialogue. There was nothing else, and you're, like, trapped in that. Like, it kept you... Dourif was just fucking awesome.
Yes.
It's insane that he didn't get anything for that performance. And didn't somebody say he really liked that too? Like, he loves that movie?
I'm not sure, but I would imagine.
Well, that's it for this one, guys. So tune in next week. We've got House 3. We have t-shirts for sale. Go buy some. Store or shop. Store.IHateHorror.com. We're at ihatehorror.com. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes, you guys. We are actually like ranked daily in the top 150 podcasts of TV and film. It makes no sense, but it's all because you guys rate, review, subscribe. So if you haven't done that, do it for us and leave us a review. And if you do, this dog's about to jump off the couch and make a huge thud and maybe take down the camera. No, we're good. And if you do review, send me an email, Sean@IHateHorror.com, and I'll send you guys out a sticker in the mail. We've got some awesome new stickers. What do we have?
Tribe and Black Flag.
Tribe and Black Flag. They are absolutely, positively awesome. So yeah, do that. What else do we usually plug? Facebook.com/IHateHorror.
Twitter.
Else? Twitter. I'm on Twitter at I Hate Horror Show and Instagram at I Hate Horror.
I'm at JoeV421. I'm Boognish1985 on Instagram.
Paul, anything you need to plug?
Nope.
Good for you.
He's at Bajaga.
Living the simple life.
47.
Yeah, don't even.
Yeah, sure.
There's no point in following him. Thanks to Harley Poe for allowing us to use the song Gorehound off the album Pagan Holiday. As usual, thank you very much for that. That's it, man.
Yeah.
3s are almost over.
Yeah, can't wait.
I honestly can't. I'm so excited for it to be over.
Yeah.
I just want to... There's so many good movies
Hey, we had a chunk of good ones this time.
We watched Green... What?
There was a chunk of good ones, man.
Yeah.
Nightmare, Friday, Exorcist.
True.
I'd watch all
but
three
you
again.
saw them before. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I watched Green
rewatch
Room last
movies.
night, and it was like the nicest thing I've ever done. Just
Yeah.
a brush of fresh air.
Same. All right. Well, that's the end of the episode. For Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.